This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by Ebanie Bridges. We're here in San Francisco. Ebanie, on a massive pay-per-view card. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And we just established that I'm the row.
Yeah, I'm the Colin. Do you know what? We actually haven't interviewed in a while. Normally, we would have a little period where we would interview maybe every month, and then you stop talking to me for a few months.
No, I've been, well, we have been talking. It's been a rough few months, here we are.
Let's first of all talk about the fight that's fallen through with Avril. That was built up to be something huge on this card, on the undercard. Was that disappointing for you when Avril pulled out?
Yeah, gutted, honestly. Obviously, there was so much promo that could have been done with that fight. Do you know what I mean? We're both really excited about it. We are good friends, and our styles would have been a really good fight. And I think just, her personality, our banter, I think it would have been a really good build-up. But, unfortunately she got injured, and I felt so sorry for her, you know what I mean? Because it's a big opportunity for her as well, to have that fight. I actually sent her flowers when I heard that she was injured. I did feel really bad, but everything happens for a reason, and this is the fight that's meant to happen this weekend, obviously. And we'll see what happens. I feel like every time a fight's fallen through, which has been many times, something always good comes of it. There's always something spectacular on the other side. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
We'll talk a bit about Avril Mathie first. Would you welcome still a fight against Avril Mathie, or do you believe that maybe that's in the past now?
Yeah, well, it's hard now because I want to unify, you know what I mean? It's hard to go to mandatory and then I want to unify. So, it's never out of the question, definitely not. Do you know what I mean? She could get herself back into a mandatory position, and then she could get a fight. But, it's looking like it's going to be a bit tough to have that fight now, because now it's all going forward. There's really big fights coming up for me, because, this was just getting the ring rust out, coming back from a broken hand, changing my trainers, everything like this. This is this kind of fight, do you know what I mean? So,
in terms of when that fight fell through, Yoshida now is the name, but was that always the name the minute that Avril fell through, or was there a few names thrown at you?
Oh yeah, there was a few, and they said yes, because Avril pulled out 4 weeks ago, and then we straight away got a girl, she said yes, my mandatory, she said yes, number one, that's what I wanted to fight the best. She said yes, got the contract, and then went missing for a week. We're contacting, hey, can we have the contract back? So then she was like, oh, I want more time. So then that was a whole wasted week, and then we had another opponent, trying to find another opponent, and a Mexican ex-world champion, very, very experienced. She had 61 fights, only 4 losses. I was excited for that, an experienced fighter, and then she said yes, got the contract, and then I think she realised she might not be able to make weight in time, so I bet that took a week for them to then say. So that's also 2 weeks wasted. And then we had, 1 week, you know what I mean? Really. So it's been very frustrating, but because I'm getting in that mindset to get ready for those girls. Do you know what I mean? Stay focused on what I'm doing. No matter what, it's always we want to go in there and fight my fight, but obviously we still want to look at the opponent and see, okay, what do we need to tweak, or what do we got to focus on a little bit more? But it was just, really up and down, really up and down. I was like, am I even going to fucking fight? Because I felt the fight fell through in August, and I've been trying to get a fight since then, and it's just I really wanted to bang my head against the wall, to be honest. But Yoshida, she said yes, and it was still a week before Matchroom had announced the fight, and I was starting to get anxious. I'm like, okay, if she said yes, what is going on? Because I'm just waiting for her to go, no, I can't fight, because it just has happened. But no, she stuck to it, and she followed through, and we're fighting. So a big shout out to Yoshida for jumping in short notice. She only just had a fight a couple of weeks ago. So she probably wanted to have a little bit of a break, but I'm sure she's to be fit and ready to go, and just a world title fight. So,
what does Yoshida bring to the table, and what do you believe that you need to do to exploit her weaknesses on Saturday night on a massive platform? Yeah,
look, I think she's obviously more experienced than me. I think she's had 20 fights, so twice as many fights as me. She's 2 times world champion previously. She's had, that kind of experience. She is quite awkward, a little bit awkward. Her fight style is not so traditional. I think she has a big kickboxing and Muay Thai or kickboxing background. Do you know what I mean? So she's gonna be tough. you know, like they take kicks to the head, you know, like she's used to that, you know, but she hasn't been hit by the blonde bomber before, so I'm hoping that that's going to really give her a bit of a shock, because I know I am definitely a lot stronger than the girls in the division and probably who she's been hit by before. But yeah, look, it's just that the experience. I mean, the short notice, you know, there's always a risk with a short notice opponent. You know, we've seen it before. Look at Andy Ruiz, you know, like many Ugas with Manny Pacquiao. Like, you know, it's there's always a risk. And I mean, just in general with boxing, it's always a risk. But I'm preparing for the best Yoshida. I'm preparing for you know, to keep my world title because that's what I plan to do, and I will find a way no matter what to beat her. So yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about the broken hand surgery, the recuperation from that, the recovery. Are you totally fit, healthy, and ready to go on Saturday night?
Well, I haven't actually hit someone on their skull with an 8-ounce glove yet, so that's the test this weekend, isn't it? It's been good, obviously, with sparring gloves, you know, 14, 16-ounce gloves. I've only just started hitting with 8-ounce gloves this week, the last week, because obviously we try and protect the hand as much as possible. I think the real test is going to be this weekend, and that's why I wanted this fight, you know, a fight like this, like the Avril fight, you know, not going straight into unifications and things like that until I tested out the hand. It does feel strong, but, you know, we won't know until we know. But I won't be holding back, and, you know, I've fought with a broken hand before, so if it breaks again, I'll be fighting with it still. So I've got a mean left hook, so it's all good. But yeah, I'm excited to test it out and really crack someone with it.
There's been a change in trainers for this fight. You've moved from Mark Tibbs to Dave Coldwell. First of all, things amicable with Mark Tibbs and just a change and possibly Ebanie Bridges 2.0?
Yeah. Me and Mark are great. You know, I love Mark so much. He's such a gentleman. You know, he's so sweet, and he was a great coach and just a great guy. You know, him and his father and like the whole crew down there. You know, everyone. I do miss them. But you know, I wanted to do some different things for my career, and I felt like Dave could offer that. And Mark supports me. It's great to have his support. You know, I'm always welcome down south, down there. Obviously, I moved up north as well. That was, you know, a big reason for the change, and I love it up north. And yeah, training's going really well, and I'm really feeling a big difference in my punches. Like what Dave's been teaching me, there is a big difference, and I'm hoping that I can showcase that on this weekend.
Final one from me, Ebanie. We'll catch up again before the fight, but give us a prediction of how this ends on Saturday night. How does Ebanie Bridges end Yoshida on Saturday?
I mean, and still, of course, look, the way I'm punching at the moment, I really do think, you know, like, I mean, I was strong before. I really do believe I can get a knockout, you know, but she is tough, you know. I know that she's tough. You know, the Japanese are tough. They're like the Mexicans, you know. So I'm not going in there for a knockout, but it wouldn't surprise me if I get it with how I'm punching at the moment. All I know that it's going to be very exciting because what Blonde Bomber fight is not exciting. So it's definitely going to be exciting. It's going to be action-packed, no doubt. She's going to bring it. She wants to come and have a shot at the world title, and I'll be looking to defend that and keep it and still.
Ebanie Bridges, the row. Always a pleasure. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.